Okay, next application question is a cylinder, and it's good if you watch the cylinder and the cone video kind of in one, because hopefully it'll clear up some common mistakes for you. So reading this question, so a cylinder has a height of 12 meters and it has a radius of 5 meters. The volume is increasing, so dV dt, at a rate of 7 meters cubed per minute. At what is the rate of the height? So I'm looking for dH dt, okay? So we need a formula for the volume of a cylinder. So the formula for the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. So if you remember the video before, we had a V and an R and an H, but we didn't have information about R, nor were we looking for R, which is the exact same situation here. But what's different about this one is that dr dt is constant. So if you look at this diagram, the rate of, no matter what's happening, the radius is staying the same because of the shape of the cylinder. So we don't need to do a ratio. And if we do a ratio, we're going to get the answer wrong. So you can only do a ratio when the rate of change is changing, okay, of what you're trying to get rid of. So let's just go ahead and apply ddt to both sides. So this is dv dt. So when I do ddt to this side, I'm going to have to use product rule. So let's just put pi and r squared together and h together. So I'm going to do the derivative of the first times the second, and I need a dr dt, plus the derivative of the second, so derivative of h is 1, dh dt, times the first, so pi r squared dh dt. So there we go. I have the derivative, and now I need to plug in what I know. So remember that dr dt is 0, and I'm looking for dh dt. So dv dt is 7, 2 pi, r is 5, h is 12. That doesn't really matter because dr dt is 0, okay? Plus pi r squared dh dt. So this whole thing ends up being 0, so then I rearrange, so 7 over 25 pi equals dh dt. So remember we need a sentence, the rate, the height is increasing at a rate of 7 over 25 pi meters per minute. Okay, so I wanted you to understand the difference between the cylinder question and the cone question, and when you have R's and H's and V's all in one question. If dr dt is 0, you need to use the derivative, to use the product rule to find the derivative. If dr dt is not 0, you need to create a ratio to get rid of the r before you find the derivative.